Santiago is unconscious and cold to the touch. She is barely breathing. The paramedics could feel no pulse in her wrist.
I can't take this on the radio, so I just start from the beginning and we tell her to check her.
A friend of hers, she's staying at some guy's place. She was unconscious about 3 o'clock. He decided to take a nap. I woke up, and she was still unconscious, so then he called us.
So she
See, I think that looks better.
now for 8 hours.
Right. We were never able to get a blood pressure. She doesn't have peripheral pulses, and she's got all kinds of track marks on her arms.
She's been down for 8 hours. We did a D-stick. It didn't even register.
Paramedics were able to stick their finger in the hole there. When they measured her blood glucose, it was 0, basically non-existent.
Low blood sugar may be the reason Janice is unconscious. Yoshida needs to get medicine into her veins.
We're trying to get intravenous access on her. She's an injection drug user, so she's used up all her veins.
The paramedics could get the access around the pelvis here.
If there's anything in here, look the other side.
Years of shooting drugs have destroyed Janice's veins.
She uses that.
It's unclear why Janice has low blood sugar, but she could die if Yoshida can't get the glucose into her body.
I got a very tenuous deep brain. I could probably get blood off of this. Kind of line. It's like, it's not in very far. I'm sure it'll won't last. Just renege.
Finally, an unused vein is found to start the IV.
If you were an amp D50, for sure it was slow.
The glucose is rushed into her system. The ER has reached maximum capacity and goes on total divert, redirecting ambulances to other area hospitals. The goal of divert is to clear space in the ER, but it isn't always easy.
Going on bypass doesn't mean that we won't necessarily get any patients because we have to receive trauma patients. We're the only trauma facility in the city. We're a receiving facility for all incarcerated patients, OBGYN, pediatrics, and psych. So those patients will still come here even though there's no physical room in the emergency room.
If you go all the way down the hall and make a right, there's a little spot there by the wall. I'll be down there to get recorded.
This chaotic atmosphere provides a tough training ground for new residents.
Okay, can you show me how to get to CT scan? My name is Martin Rosser. I'm a third-year resident in emergency medicine. Where do you get started? Right here. That's simple enough. It's my first day here, so I haven't learned the tricks yet. I'm having trouble figuring out how to move patients through the department. I know. Where's S1? Where's S1? This person, I need to get into a room to tap his knee, but we can't use the room because the trauma patient's going to come back. And we have a whole bunch of people waiting to have the abscesses drained, and we need to move them into a room so that we're trying to figure out right now. I'm trying to decipher this board.
Hi, this is Mr. Big.
What's going in?
More criticals from a file all the time.
Okay, so where are they going? I heard there are 4 major traumas. They call them 911s here. And we're about to get overwhelmed. All the trauma rooms are full already, so we have to move people out so we can make them.
Let's keep going in the hallway. We're going to have to double up.
The first patient arrives in the ER. Martin will run the case.
Okay.
A dream Martin was a passenger in a high-speed car accident.
I'm not sure how many got through. There was nothing on our side of the car. My girl was trapped inside the passenger door.
Every place has a different way of doing things. Every place has a different way of practicing medicine.
I'm able to go. The two guys are out for she's not really answering questions. She says she's already sleeping.
Every place has a different computer system and a different way that they like to get things done, and you gotta learn that pretty quickly.
And it doesn't look like she was wearing her seatbelt.
Open your eyes.
Going to the ABC.
Okay, we're doing our primary survey. Open your eyes. Okay, so our airway, patent, that sounds are equal on both sides. Circulation. We have good femoral pulses. Squeeze my fingers. Squeeze my fingers. Squeeze. a C-spine, chest, and pelvis. But we have to get those first. We want the chest first. Okay. Do you know where you are right now? What's the matter? You hurt bad? What hurt you? Your legs? Okay. Anything else hurt you?
Okay.
What's your name? Adrena. Okay.
The crushed metal of the car slammed into Adrena's leg. Martin orders extras to assess the damage. Despite a boost of glucose, Janice Cosentino is still unresponsive.
I mean, my guess is that maybe she shot up and she's been down as some hypoxic brain damage. She sees it. Well, look over here. Look at the light. Look at the light. Squeeze my hand. Squeeze my hand.
What are you doing?
Oh, she's moving a little more. Squeeze my hand. Oh, she's following command. She's squeezing it. It's just really hypoglycemic. Janice, show me 2 fingers in your left hand. Show me 2 fingers. Very good. Lift your head up off the gurney there. Oh, real good. The reasons why people have low sugar are a number of the most common reason is patients who are diabetic. Other causes would be if she's got liver disease, if she's infected. I'm not exactly sure at this point. Janice, are you diabetic? No. No, she said that. So she may have a lot of other stuff going on. She's still pretty sick, and she still may have a very rocky course because her temperature is very low, and she's probably been unconscious for a long time, so she may have some brain damage. But we'll have to see how she does. I mean, she gets sicker again, so one of the realists, not a big optimist.
So let's give her 6 milligrams and work the pressure's been fine.
We're going to give you some medication, but we need to clean it out so there's no infection.
I've never done it in my soul.
Come take a look at the pelvis here.
Okay, so she has a fractured femoral head here.
Check her sacral artery. She's a little
It's
rotated.
rotated, but actually not seeing any other fracture.
Okay, good. I didn't see any either.
The impact broke Adrena's leg and her hip.
You feeling any pain right now? Okay. She's been given pain medicine. She'll get admitted and probably go to the operating room within a couple of hours. So as far as the resuscitation went, it went pretty well. She's going to have a nasty fracture to deal with for a couple of months. She'll be recovering from this.
Recovering in trauma 4, Adrena's husband Earl suffered only minor injuries in the crash.
Mr. Scott?
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rossa. Anything I can get for you now to make you more comfortable while you're waiting around? You okay? Okay. I'll send in the family. Okay?
My kid's mom was in a car with me.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to her. Nobody told me anything about her. So.
And Andrea?
Just the only thing that's bothering me.
Okay, well, I know what's happened to her. She has a broken femur and a broken hip. Okay? But otherwise, she's stable. No, don't. She's going to be okay. All right? I know you're upset. Look, these things happen, all right? She's going to be okay. And you'll get through this. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
You better make it through
Adrena
this.
heads to the OR to set her broken bones. She will need months of therapy before she can walk again.
What's going on?
There's an emergency on a local bus across the street from the ER.
You bus coming code 3 to the Did you go out there and see what goes from there?
A pregnant woman has collapsed to the floor and isn't moving. Lorena Gonzalez was riding the bus home, but she suddenly got sick and passed out.
Yes,
The bus
I am trying to get the bomber.
across
My wife already has it.
to San Francisco General.
Good. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you for the feedback, Wilson. anniversary. Yeah. 30 stars. How did you beat me? How did you get up there? If you only looted once today, how did you manage to get there?
Bombers?
Yeah.
I had them yesterday.
Oh, you had them yesterday.
She has
Holy
Bell
crap.
Carolina Plus 24th and mission by herself. She threw herself on the floor, started vomiting, was unresponsive. That's all we got. Okay. Let's see. ¿Cuántas semanas? ¿Cuántos meses? Tres?
When someone comes in private consciousness,
Got the TV going on in the background.
one of the first things we're always concerned about is a tubal pregnancy, where the embryo goes in the wrong place and can burst part of your internal organs and cause massive hemorrhaging and death.
She was kind of unresponsive this morning, and now she seems to be a little better.
She might be in premature labor.
Lorena has been to San Francisco General Hospital before.
She's only 3.5 months pregnant. She was 8 weeks pregnant at 218.
Through her chart on the computer, we determined that she had an ultrasound previously that determined that this wasn't what's called an intrauterine pregnancy, so that rules that out. The doctors need to check on the condition of the baby. They use a Doppler to listen to its heartbeat. If you have a good, strong fetal heartbeat, it
What is
generally
going on with
suggests
this,
that the
guys?
baby's doing okay. And it's reassuring, and then you can turn your attention to the mother.
Wow, does he ever have tough
Mi
stuff?
bebé está moviendo.
My baby's
Oh, he's Chinese, that's why.
of the hospital. Lorena begins to calm down. It appears Lorena had an anxiety attack. She'll get several hours of bed rest before she goes home.
Oh,
He's kind of calm.
that was brutal.
Got up and walked around and peed. So that should be sad.
Do you have any MPA notes open?
A long night.
I just overreached on an industrial.
Some space
Ah.
in the ER.
Chinese and lost all my troops. I got his town center, that's it. Quick victory, town center, done.
Janice Cosentino, the woman found unconscious, is getting sicker.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's a flesh-eating infection on her leg that's spreading toxins through her entire body. The surgeon on
Oh, we'll get some of these things going.
Darren Schneider.
Cosentina's in the room? I'll be right down.
It's such a
I've been
pain.
around here for 7 years, but I'm still excited every time I walk in the operating room. I look at it as a challenge technically in the operating room, an intellectual challenge figuring out what to do for the patient.
Janice's severe leg infection was caused by shooting drugs with dirty needles.
Can I have a couple of
Shooting drugs with dirty needles.
patients do have self-induced diseases. The vast majority of the soft tissue infections that we see here are patients who are IV drug abusers. And they get abscesses and cellulitis. I'm just going to take this down a little bit more. There's still a bunch of pussy stuff in here.
The infection is deep in the muscle. Darren will have to remove a large chunk of flesh.
It is a flesh-eating type of infection, and if not aggressively treated, it will progress. But if you can treat it, you can stop it.
Why does it seem to me like when you're short on trade goods, you never get new trade goods?
I know, right?
It's just not going to be
Like, if you have
Several hours to get
one
the infection under control.
cider left, and you're like, oh, I can go and get my trees and whatnot, you end up getting like 3 cider.
Yeah.
But if you have an excess of trade goods,
You get a whole time.
yeah, you always end up with more, and you're like, why am I wasting trade goods? Because they don't go anywhere. You can't hold them, right?
She will require skin grafts to cover the exposed muscle.
I don't know.
Do
Do I want to do that right now?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I don't think so.
During a street fight, Gerald Richmond was stabbed in the head with an umbrella.
No.
Hi. You know, Dr. Russell,
I'm so impatient.
why you got stabbed?
Let's go start a war. Are we in World War? No. War should be over. There. Let's see.
Actually, since he might have been fighting a force, there's no depression there. I'm sorry, I know that hurts you. Okay. It is an unusual weapon. I haven't actually had an umbrella laceration
no, I don't.
before. But just when people are angry at each other, they'll use whatever they have on hand.
I'm under doctor's care now. We'll give you maybe some well-needed rest. It's gonna be all right.
Well, I'm just gonna numb up this stab wound here and irrigate it all out and staple it up.
A 911 trauma stab wound, hypotensive blood pressure 60.
As leader of the trauma team, Darren Schneider rarely gets a break.
29. We have 29. We have to exclude 4. But I'm pretty sure we had 4
Oscar Beltran was attacked
that didn't
with a knife
attack
on the
last
streets of the Mission District.
Somebody needs to hold some pressure. Somebody needs to get on the clothes.
So, Helena,
Sure, slowly soaked in blood, so you have to suspect the worst.
Enzo,
I'd like to put a roll in right now, just make sure there's nothing in his bag.
Lord Dylan, Buzzman. Now, who are we going to stick in there?
Stab wounds and penetrating trauma are sometimes much easier to deal with because you know where the injury is.
Yeah, let's see if we'll get some good peripheral. I think the great bands here. We don't necessarily need to have anything on second.
You're going to have to deal with those bottom
Do you have any emergency
two.
medications?
The neck is basically chock full of vital structures.
Yeah, let's do
You've got your trachea, your windpipe, you've got your esophagus, you have major blood vessels, your jugular veins, your carotid arteries, your vertebrae.
Sorry, just wanted to get a screenshot of that.
This entire, like, shirt and clothes from Saturday.
Thank you, Alvin.
For anything to go deep in the neck and not hit something.
Glad to hear that.
So anybody with a stab wound that penetrates the muscular layer gets that.
I'm working on it, trying to improve it.
What's your name? Oscar? What we're going to do is this
I just did that. I just did that. Why did it not take?
And your esophagus. And so we're going to take you up to the operating room and just take a look and make sure nothing's hurt inside, okay? But you're okay and you're going to be fine, okay?
Enzo.
All right.
Are you allergic to any medicine?
Just
OG,
give them a liter and then slow it down.
Buzzman.
We packaged and ready to go.
Every patient that comes in is like a black box. You have very little information. You have to be prepared for anything. Find out exactly whether or not they need to go to the operating room right away or not. And then find out what structure has been lacerated and send the hemorrhage.
What's that?
Could not. Oh.
No, you're good.
That's too funny.
This is like right in Skinner by the master.
Oh, I know.
Dr. Schneider needs to cut into Oscar Beltran.
I can show you guys a
to see
defense
what
with my
happens in August and
paratrooper.
August.
Oh, with my paratrooper. Did I show you this, Maya? There was a
His
global
neck to see what damage the knife has caused.
It goes through here, but it goes through muscle here. It looks like it had a trajectory this way.
There you go.
Got the jugular. Another week.
Global age defense. Or not really.
Lacerated.
See, look at this guy.
I think it was a branch. Yeah, I think so too.
Do do do
Knife
do do.
sliced a 2.5 centimeter hole in Oscar's jugular vein.
You have 4 cycle pop-ups?
Yeah.
We need another 3 micro.
This was a significant injury. You could bleed to death from an injury to your internal jugular vein. I actually wanted to be a doctor since the something.
We're closing it up.
It's almost immediate gratification. You know, there's a problem, you identify it, you can fix it.
What do we have to do?
And there's just an immense enjoyment I get from that.
I'll go to the recovery room and we'll stay in the hospital overnight.
and I control
Yeah, actually,
was that it was going to get better.
somebody brought up the same point that I was bringing up.
Did it get so bad?
I don't want to take the betrayal anymore. I want to take another sabotage for the town center.
Well, what's next for Janice is just getting completely 100% better. And I really, really, really want to protect myself to the point where this kind of danger can't show up again.
Attention mission staff, attention mission staff. We're now off to
No.
off to divert for about 20 minutes.
26-year-old John Paul Jones was unofficially directing traffic at a busy intersection. He was picked up by the police half naked in a drug-induced frenzy.
We see a lot of people intoxicated with drugs, a lot related to muscles, and can lead to kidney damage. What's your name? Also, you can get extreme hypertension, you can have a heart attack, you could, get your blood pressure so high that you could actually bleed inside your head. So we need to do what we call chemical restraints. 1, 2, 3. Get that needle away from them. So sedating them calms them down and brings down the blood pressure, prevents some of those secondary complications. What's wrong? What drugs do you do? Meth. What else? What's left? What's left?
You're asking me the choices.
The majority of patients do not need to be admitted to go home, so we basically wait for the drugs to wear off. Joe, how you doing there? We're here to help you. What was that? Wisdom of the ancients? Some heavy metal song. Who does that tune? Younger Bob. Come on, here's the wisdom of the ancients. So you don't know who does wisdom of the ancients? Alright, it's good.
Steep hills and busy traffic make the streets of San Francisco treacherous for pedestrians. Another victim is running